A very good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to another edition, another episode of ACTnow Hot Issue. What's for lunch with me, Mio Adlan. Today is the 20th of April, Wednesday. Wednesday today. 20 hari bulan. Nampak sangat tak? Fikiran tu macam tak boleh fikir betul tu sebab sibuk. Berpuasa ni tiba-tiba dah pertengahan bulan puasa. Yeah, we've gone through about almost 20 days of puasa already right now. Hopefully you guys are still hanging in there strong for sure, as what we obviously hope for. Raya is just around the corner, guys. Not really long anymore. You're talking about one weekend and then another weekend after that, and then Raya already. Then you can enjoy your ketupat, your rendang, your lemang and whatnot. Ooh, love those things. Macam tiba-tiba terfikir lebih sikit kan. All right, thank you so much, guys, for watching us right now. Wherever it is that you guys are watching, make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video. For this video may not just be beneficial for you, but may also be beneficial to the people around you as well. And jangan lupa juga for you guys to download the ACTnow mobile community app on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store, for you to show a bit more of a concern, to be a much more responsible human being in your community and in your society. Download the app, it's free. You do not need to pay a single cent, and it would do you great moving forward. Wow, okay. Today we have a lot of topics that we want to talk about. One long topic that we do want to address on the show, and it has been something about what has happened last week. But obviously I don't want to talk about this topic alone. I do want to discuss it with my partner in crime, with the guy who always has an opinion about every single thing in this world, Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin.
Hi, how are you, Mil?
I'm good. Thank you.
What?
A bit macam penat, tapi tak apa. Masih lagi semangat.
Okay, that's very now spirit you have in this, throw it in your blood after.
Yeah, hopefully. So
Yes, I think it has been this our first anniversary that your association with ACTnow.
my first anniversary, seriously.
Yes, I think I remember last April, May, you actually have our first show with us.
Okay, it has only been a year. Why do I feel like I've been with you for like 17 years already? No, it's only been a year.
Because I'm very nagging.
Okay.
And just now I heard when I thought you were just like unwelcome me in the show, because when you start the show, instead of welcoming, you say I have this something unwelcoming. So I said, oh my God, they're gonna kick me out from the show.
We'll see, because the fact that I do have the power to do that on this show. We'll see on how we go on in the next one.
Thanks for reminding me today is Wednesday, because I thought today is Monday.
There you go. Today is actually today is Wednesday, so jangan nak tukar-tukar hari pula. Okay.
Yesterday was a holiday. That's why.
Exactly. Yesterday was a public holiday. Salam nuzukuan to everyone out there. Okay. Let's jump into the topic that we want to talk about. It's actually a very lengthy topic. Not lengthy in the sense that cerita dia panjang sebenarnya, but there's a lot of things that we want to talk about. There's a lot of things that we want to highlight, and we do have a few visual aids that we want to share with our fellow viewers as well on today's topic. And what we want to talk about is something that is related to what has happened a couple of weeks ago when a citizen down in Johor has been convicted, has been orang kata dihukum, has been sentenced to 6 years in prison, as well as having to pay a fine of 6,000 ringgit, if I'm not mistaken, because she, the driver, she has actually caused, or should I say, inflicted the 8 death of teenagers that that happened in Johor Bahru. And unfortunately for her, she obviously accidentally, unintentionally killed these teenagers, because the question is right now is that not because of whatever it is that she's doing, is because of who the kids are and what the kids were doing at that moment in time, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the road. We want to talk about this Lajak culture that has been going on all around Malaysia. Melvin, kick things off.
Yes, it's most unfortunate. I think this has been an issue. Not, of course, it has been highlighted last week because of the sentence that made on this lady. His name is Sam, right? Sam Kerting. But the incident happens 2-3 years back, and the Lajak culture. I think it's more than Lajak culture. We like to emphasize today. This show has been around, and everyone is yes, we sympathize with the life that's lost of 8 life, and of course the lady. I think she was quite young then. I think early 20s.
21.
21. It happens in the middle of the early morning. Because as to say that the routes that she used was not littered properly, and she can't see. I mean, that's what her story. But today we're not going to focus on the story, but overall the culture of Lajak, the culture of Mat Rembik, and those people now in the especially in urban area, the scooter, the bicycle. Even in my neighborhood early in the morning, this morning, the one they go on balancing on 2 wheels, on 1 wheel. So one big wheel, they sit on it. All right, was in front of me on the main road. So things happens, and when things happens, people start pointing fingers. It should know who's at fault, and the motorists as well, because sometimes if you see the video, sometimes they are caught unaware, especially if you drive out stations. You see, look at this video. They do the cornering without stop, and the car is actually coming by.
Yeah.
And also we have instances these youngsters, I mean mostly youngsters, to actually trip over, and they hit the vehicles, like this one. So is it at fault this car who parked there?
Yeah. I mean, like, these are the videos that we're actually playing just to give an idea to all our viewers out there. We're playing these videos as a reminder of what is actually happening and what this Lajak culture is all about and how dangerous these things are. As you can see, these kids, I would say they're kids because they're definitely below the age of 15, because they don't have licenses yet to actually ride a motorcycle like this guy over here. So they take the initiative in modifying their bicycles and riding them in the middle of the night. As you can see, the road is very slippery as well. Obviously, this is after after the rainfall, and it is very, very dangerous. And if you guys actually follow this video, I'll just pull this out until the end. This particular rider has actually got into an accident. You see there, they're actually falling down, and it is very, very dangerous. Now, what we're trying to say is that while we're just playing the video in the background, what we're trying to say is that as much as, it is an accident that happened to the offender, or should I say the lady who has been sentenced to 6 years in prison, it is also we need to remind ourselves as well. We need to remind the parents of these guys here. These I would not call them idiots. I would say that their parents are idiots, because why? It is actually the parents' responsibility to make sure that they take care of their children and know what they are actually doing. Problem is that alasan dia, Melvin, before you before you comment on this, alasan dia, they are saying that sebab ini keluarga B40, mak bapak sibuk kerja, tak sempat nak jaga anak, duduk rumah flat, tak ada masa untuk pantau dia orang punya perlakuan, and no time for them. That's the reason that they're giving. This is some bull crap reason, isn't it?
It's bullcrap. I mean, I just saw that the kids fell down. I mean, I feel the pain. I don't know about the parents. Do not give bullshit excuses of having no time, right, to attend to your children, but you have time to make babies,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
This is your responsibility. I mean, uh, um, kids being kids, you ask them not to do, they will do. But we need we hope. I mean, I have a proposal that make last week to an organization. Hopefully that they will pick up as well. We need the nations. I mean, no point. We are very famous of blaming each other after incidents happens. But I think this one it will be taking a longer time that we do, because we can't just simply ask them to stop. They will not stop. But we have to do a campaign that message the parents, that communicate with the parents that that talk to your child, make sure that your child do not secretly owns one behind your back. Make sure they do not go up right in the middle of the night. I don't know why these kids are going up after 12 midnight. They should be in bed and prepared for next day for school. Not
Yeah,
going out
I
in their car.
mean, okay. Again, I'm never ever declaring myself as being a perfect parent. I have flaws myself. I do make mistakes. But at the end of the day, you look at that. The langgar motor tu macam tu je kan.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility to know where your kids are. Katakanlah your kids rebellious lah, teenagers lah, they like to do their things, they don't follow what the parents say. That means you're not doing a good job. My dad had also trouble, raising me as well. Tapi, I listen to my father, whatever it is that he said. Kalau yang mana tak ada bapak, mungkin dengan cakap mak. And I have to admit as well, Marvin, I really have to admit this. When I was a child dulu, going back and forth with my BMX, with my mountain bike, we also wanted to do all these kind of things, but we knew the risks of how injured we could be. This is like you're playing with death over here. And I had the decency to actually think with my friends like, ini bahaya lah, tak boleh lah main. If not, nanti kita mati, mak bapak kita sedih kalau kita mati. I had that way of thinking.
Yes.
The problem is
nowadays,
again.
The kids nowadays it's different from my time, your time. I would say. Now, I remember back in my school, in the secondary school, we have those weekends, but it was it's a plan that is guided by the teacher. They go to a certain site that's safe. I mean, it's not in the traffic on the main roads. So they have this cycling associations club in cycle club in the school. So they would the so-called the teachers, usually there's few teachers that's in charge of this club with the students. They plans the project well under safety, and they actually would seek the parents' consent, allow the kid to go. They have a timetable where it will take place and all these things. So we should do this as well. My thoughts last week is that the ministries of educations, the youth and sports, PTIM, Ministry of Unity. Because why Ministry of Unity? Because Ministry of Unity also got in charge of the Lukut Tenanggers in Malaysia. That's 7,000 over Lukut Tenangga RT in Malaysia. We have to talk to them, bring the message to the public. You can see, I mean, I might be wrong. You see a lot of these Lajak kids are very much in the outskirts. So we have to talk to the Pengulu, Ketua Kampong Pengulu, Ministry of Rural Reach. And even that you see a lot of incidents also happens near petrol stations, those on the highway, probably have this billboards there. Tell the kids, no, you have this visual. You have to be very visual impact and ask them not to do. And talk to Kedua Pengulu, send the message to the parents, to the kids in the school. We have to do this. It will not happen overnight, but we have a campaign. It will take 1 year, 2 years, let it be. And make sure this is also part of the school so-called, it's not a syllabus, but something like in the school hall, school corridor, have this message. Hey, please, jaga sendiri, don't do these stupid things. So it have to be a whole nations working together. And I'm saying this Lajak will go to when they grow up, when they can afford a bike, they will go be a Magnum big already.
Yeah.
And those in the city, sorry.
No, my concern is that again, we always say that alright, the government needs to do this. Persatuan ni kena buat, NGO ni kena buat, kita kena buat campaign, kita kena pergi sekolah semua. I think we need to stop all of those things. Seriously, police dah tahu dah this thing is happening. Do a proper roadblock, tangkap je budak-budak ni masuk juvenile, bagi dia orang sedar the scariness of being in the prison. One night pun cukup lah sebab budak-budak ni takut tau kalau pergi penjara tau
Yes,
sebenarnya.
That's why I
Threaten
say
them
PDF.
being jailed and just do this, because again, these kids will never understand. Imagine, I can bet you, Melvin, seriously, not to defame them and whatnot, not to say, I mean, I'm actually quite pissed off when I talk about this, is that some of these kids, I know for a fact that they don't even go to school. They orang tak pergi sekolah, they orang ponteng sekolah, they orang lepak pergi mana-mana, they don't even attend to school. So I want to go back to the parents, please. Again, cakap tak serupa cakap lagi senang daripada buat. I understand that. But the effort needs to be put in first of all. Busy mana sangat anda, sibuk mana sangat anda, sampai you tak sempat nak tengok your own children to know what their lives are, what they're actually doing, who are they hanging out with. That is your job as a parent. Regardless, you T20 ke, you M40 ke, you B40 ke, if you are a father or if you're a mother of a child, you are solely responsible for their acts of wrongdoing. You yang patut kena saman juga sebenarnya kalau budak-budak ni kena masuk lock up. Seriously.
Yes, I truly support that. That's why I say you have to start from the roots. As a Malay poets, when you want to ban the roots, so-called the bamboo, you ban it when it's still young, you know. So because these are the so-called our future, our generations, you know. So you don't want your child to be a lepak crowd or unproductive when they grow up, that still come back to you for money. You know, I'm sure no parents want that, and no parents wants to have to so-called lose their child in any form. You know, unless you say if I lose my child in whatever form, I do not even shed tears. If probably that's parents like that, you know, but that is your blood.
Yeah. Exactly.
No one will be more responsible than yourself as a parent. So I think the message has to be them too, because if we as an outsider, honestly, if I see a Lajak kid and if I say stop him and try to lecture him, probably I will get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Not just that, though. I also have heard rumors. Again, rumors. There's no proof to this, but there are motorists out there, or should I say drivers out there, when they see this Lajak kan, the fact that diorang macam stress and they get so pissed off, they actually try to inflict the accident. Itu lagi bahaya. Imagine that.
Yes.
So please guys, last words from here. Disebabkan bulan Ramadan ni, again, ranting ni tak elok sebenarnya. Bulan Ramadan you kena sabar, you have to relax, you have to be peaceful, you need to, you know, be calm and whatnot. But sometimes the topic is so hot that you cannot be calm. Just please take this time to really look into whatever it is your kids are doing, because again parents, it is your responsibility. You are the one responsible to shape the future of your children, regardless of whatever it is, whatever age that they are. Tunjuk contoh yang baik, you know, do the correct thing, because then they would follow you, you know, if you do the correct thing as well. Enough about the Lajak topic, sebab again, panas punya pasal, puasa punya pasal, suara pun dah tak nak keluar dah. That's why kita kena tukar topik.
Well,
Now, next
strong. Your voice is very strong. For this particular
tak,
topic.
sebab dia marah, Melvin. Sebab itu dia strong. So they want to continue even further. Jumping into the second topic. Yes, we have been the country itself, Malaysia has been very, very blessed recently, because the number of cases that has been reported in regards of COVID-19 has gone down quite significantly. Previously, we've been touching between 15 to 20,000, but now we are going down less than 10,000. 7,000, 6,000, around that, and we are very, very grateful for what has happened. But there's also no denying the fact that lately it has been reported that new clusters that are coming out are actually education clusters. We're talking about sekolah berasrama, sekolah teknik, universities and colleges. These are the places where new clusters are actually, coming up quite a bit. Melvin.
Yes, it says here 17 clusters, or representing 85 out of the 19 clusters reported from April 9 to 14 come from the education cluster, as I say, and 5 in this the states that's highlighted is Negeri Sembilan, Perak, Johor, Kelantan, Selangor, and KL, and also Putrajaya as well. So imagine out of the 19 clusters, 17 are from the education sector. So it's high. For us, I think adults like us, we have 3 jab, isn't it?
Minimum.
And
Some are getting their
minimum.
fourth.
So YB, KJ, I believe I read the article 2-3 days ago. The 4th jab is not compulsory at the moment. Is our own initiative whether we want the 4th booster. But the children's, it just started, isn't it? So they have not even reached, some probably seconds or not even reached the booster jab yet. So we have to be extra careful. I think the children, I say being children, those in the school, please, the teachers, please make sure the kids follow SOP as well. And in the classroom, down to the canteen, and while they are doing the extra activities in the sports, make sure that the SOP is strictly followed. Right.
Yeah. Difference between, this is, if you look at these clusters, the education clusters, they are very, very closely similar to how the factory classes were, manufacturing classes were. Because why? They live in a very close compound. You don't do asrama. They share a room of maybe 4 or 8 people in one room or dormitory. So the close contact over there is highly to happen. And some of the fact that they're kids. Teenagers. Budak-budak ialah standard kalau kat whenever they're in school, whenever with their friends, more often or not, tak apalah, member semua. So hence why I think these classes are coming up more prominent in comparison to office clusters ataupun public classes and so on and so forth. And yes, it was reported that 2 educational institutions, MRSM actually, 1 MRSM, that is MRSM Moa, which has ordered to close for a week starting April the 9th after 30 students were tested positive. And also Sekolah Menengah Sains Rembau was ordered to close for a week, April 11 to April 18, which basically dia dah bebas dah lah. Today is April the 20th. But yeah, you cannot hide the fact that SOP, and then budak-budak pun maybe baru kena double jab je, so they are not really fully enforced because they don't have the booster yet. So hence why I think it is there's a high chance for kids in sekolah asrama to actually get infected easily.
Yes, true. Like even though our daily reading is getting much lower, I believe this morning is reported around 7,000 cases, but it could be a large percentage of this number come from the school. Yeah, because adults, honestly, we are quite well vaccinated in general, but the kids is still vulnerable, and to keep your kids safe. So your kids, your eldest daughters are now back in school. Is it on the full time, right? On the full time, right? No more alternate week and all those things. So as a parent, also have eyes on that. Watch, make sure that probably they don't do too much things outside the school or so-called extra activities.
And it has been reported, if you go to the covidnow.moh.gov.my website, for kids between the ages 5 to 11, at least 40.1% that has been given the first dosage. 13.7 has already gotten both dosages of the vaccine. But for teenagers 12 to 17 who has completed their 2 dosages of vaccine, they stand at about 92.5%. We're talking about 2.877 million teenagers in Malaysia who have been fully vaccinated. So again, the numbers are good, the numbers are great, but it doesn't mean that you can still do whatever it is that you want out there, because again, as we know, we are in this transition period of endemicity, we still need to make sure that we follow all of the SOPs. Pakai pelitup muka tu at least. Mungkin kita penjarakan fizikal tak payah sangat dah, but still wear your mask whenever you're in public. If you can do wear double mask, bring still your hand sanitizer, because still the germ is still out there, the virus is
Yes,
still
I
out
think
there.
yes, this is a good practice. Tell your kids, make sure your kids wear new masks, change the mask every morning,
Yeah.
every day. You know,
Jangan nak pakai yang ada nampak Iron Man tu saja tau. Pakai 3 bulan tak basuh. Okay, basuh. Okay,
you know,
basuh your mask.
yes, because kids, in school, I think they sweat a lot and all these things, so they have to be changed to a new, so-called new safe mask. Don't buy from just because it's cheap. I see a lot selling on the roadside. It's that cheap. You can't believe the kind of price, but I don't think it's safe to wear.
Yeah, exactly. So mak bapak also please take note whatever mask that your kids are wearing, because again, you want to buy all the mahal ones but you give the cheap ones to your kids, then your kids bawa balik vaksin kepada you pun kena juga kat rumah. So please make it fair, make it adil across the board. All right, we are almost at the end of our show, but we do want to bring, as always, ACTnow and the community. We always highlight whatever that is happening in the community in regards of our app, which is the ACTnow mobile community app. As mentioned, make sure you guys download it on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. We want to highlight to you something that has happened in Subang Jaya, a report that actually came in. Marvin, what report is this?
Oh, potholes. The title is potholes again. Yes, it's always potholes. It's one of the main topic in every residents in Malaysia. Not only residents on the main road. So this happens in MBSJ, Majlis Bandaraya Subang Jaya. Yes, please report to us. Don't blame it's poor quality, wet quality. Yeah, it's already happened. Just report any means that you prefer. I mean, you can pick ACTnow. We appreciate that. This user actually snapped this and it got it done, fill up. At least it fill up the potholes. So I understand a lot of people that when it was potholes, they were the first thing. You see, Majlis not doing, get the poor contractor. Don't know how much they make. That is always the first reactions.
Okay.
But I hope they change. When you see this, your first reaction is that file a complaint. I mean, using ACTnow is the most easiest as ABC, and get it done. I mean, so that it will prevent injuries to others, not only to yourself, to others as well. We get it done first.
You can see the pothole actually in the middle of the road. That kalau lah contohnya motorcycle ke ataupun bicycle actually go through it. Kalau kereta mungkin tak sangat lah, because you got wide tires, you're on 4 wheels, it's fine, you're stable. But if you're on a motorcycle or if you're on a bicycle, you don't see the potholes, especially if it's at night or if it's not well lit or if it's raining. You don't really see whatever that's on the road. Then you may actually fall a victim due to the potholes that are on the street. So use the app, report whatever it is that you see, and again, ACTnow will connect you to the agencies around the municipal councils and as well as any other agencies out there, because we do work with them. Melvin.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic today, car might not be worrying. It's not that big enough unless it's a manhole. But since we're on the topic, people on a e-scooter, e-bike, the balancing wheel, whatever it is, this sure cannot.
Yeah, sure kena one. That, as you can see, is that small here. I mean, like you can see my mouse cursor is this one here. But tapi you still kena, you terbalik juga. I pernah tahu sekali, I naik basikal, again, turun bukit, tiba-tiba ada pothole. I terpelanting tau. I literally terpelanting. That happened to me.
KJ will go the news, international news.
Tak apa. KJ.
We should wear a KJ, when we fall, we wear a KJ mask. That look like KJ and this fall and that.
No, kita boleh pakai topeng, Melvin, but at the end of the day, our body does not represent KJ's body. Like it will be a total giveaway. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. Really appreciate all of you guys for watching us and always supporting us on our show every single time. Do come back on Friday, because on Friday we have the ACTnow. We have hot issue Cantonese version. Yes.
Okay, just some promotion message. Tomorrow is a big day for ACTnow. We are doing our first MOU signing with Go Care. GoCare is under the divisions of MCA. They were is also a political organizations to assist the communities, and with this MOU, we will hope that they will encourage the members, the public, to use ACTnow and reports. And tomorrow we also have our Pengala from SW Corp to be also have an understanding that we will support each other in communities Kotong Royong programs.
Yes.
Yes, and it's live tomorrow. For our ceremony, it starts from 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, a lot of interesting and great things are happening. Make sure you guys do check us out. Keep yourself up to date with us at the Act Now Trooper official page on Facebook. A lot of things that is happening together, and we want to share it with you. We want to celebrate it with you as well. Melvin Love together with me, Adlan, saying goodbye. Hope to see you
Goodbye.
guys very, very
Take care.
soon.
Take care,
Take care,
everyone.
guys. Bye.